Okay, here's a quick guide on how to check and adjust your valve clearances. Now, you'll need the rocker cover off the top of the engine, or alternatively on some engines they have a screw-in cap front and rear which allows you access to these rockers, which are this and this here. This is your inlet valve, the spring down there, and your exhaust valve and the spring down there. Valves work by a push rod or a camshaft acting directly on the valve, pushing the valve open, and then the spring returns the valve to close it during compression and what have you. Okay, we've got the spark plug out to make turning it easier, to make sure we can get it under the compression stroke. Just a little bit of rag in there to stop any debris falling into the spark plug hole. To check the valves you'll need a feeler gauge. The thickness will be specified in your manual. This one's 0.05mm and then the exhaust will be 0.08. If you look there at the moment, we're on the compression stroke and the feeler gauge doesn't actually fit currently, so we need to adjust that as we do with the exhaust. Now, for adjustment you need a 10mm ring spanner, which you use to undo the lock nut, slacken that off. And with that still attached, you turn this little adjuster nut here until you get, without putting pressure on mind, otherwise you'll obviously get a false reading, but until you get the correct reading according to the feeler gauge. Now, this needs to be a firm sliding fit, so you need to be able to push it in and out, but feel just a little bit of drag, and then you know you've got the right thickness. If there's a lot of drag, it's too tight. If it slops in and out, it's too loose. Don't worry if you don't get it right the first time around. They're very tricky and often take 2 or 3 attempts for even people experienced at doing this job. Okay.